People often ask us what our biggest challenge was that we had to face in our relationship that we needed to get through. And I imagine it's probably one of the biggest challenges for people around the world. But for me, it was my addiction to being right.
No, it was my addiction to being right.
And boy, you should have seen us in the early days of our relationship. We were both so convinced we were right all the
And we
time.
had credentials, you know, both PhDs, we're both very stubborn, we both were smarter than anybody else we knew. So, you know, we had a lot of evidence that our point of view, my point of view, was right. And so a lot of our early battles were really about who was right.
And I would always think, how could somebody so good and so smart be so absolutely wrong about something? And
And of course I would know because I am so right about body language, and I could always tell that he was being right, even before he said he was being right. So I got to be more right because I knew when he was being right, even before he knew he was being right.
yeah, and if you understood that, you're doing better than I did in the early days of our relationship, I'll tell you. One thing one day, I think we kind of both came to a realization. We said, wait a minute, we've done this who's right thing about 75 dozen times, and never once has the other person says, you know, you actually are right. And so we said, okay.
We kept going for that big reward of that moment of being right, and it never happened.
And even if you think about it, even if you go into the center 50-yard line of Yankee Stadium and everybody says, you're right to you, what's the value of that really? And so what we did ultimately was we kind of gently let go. We said, okay, we're getting into that needing to be right thing. Let's take a couple of breaths and figure out what the fear is under there that's really driving this. And if you're looking for a one-minute miracle in your life, relationship life today, look for something you're upset about, and instead of the upset, express what you're afraid of. That will pop the cork on the holding on to being right in that situation, just acknowledging the fear that's underneath that, and then you can get into harmony again.
Yeah, because when you say what you're scared of, it creates intimacy and connection right away, and you can be with each other again. I remember so many times of being, oh, there you are, and
Yeah.
here I am, and we're partners again.
Because when you're stuck in that conflict, the other person really does look like a space alien. You know, they look like they have ears coming
At
out.
best.
Yeah. So that's the one-minute miracle for today, and many happy relationships to you.